Good morning, students. Welcome back again. We were discussing chapter number 20, that is social problems of India and challenges, right? આપણે chapter 20 discuss કરતા હતા and we were trying to understand what are the social problems in India and what are the challenges for our own nation. So in the previous two videos we have completed all these concepts. So first of all, we understood what is communalism. So what is communalism? It is a religion through which there are social problems arising. The second one is struggle against communism, right? India is a democratic nation, right? We cannot directly put any restrictions on any religion. So it is a struggle for communism, right? It is very difficult to stop all these things because they are related to social problems. Point number 3, that is related to caste. Caste defines culture. Culture defines the way of a particular person thinking in its own way, right? Believing in different gods, right? So that is all casteism. So that is again in social problems, right? Every state has different languages. Every state has different caste, right? So again, it's a social problem, and it's a challenge for us how to coordinate each and every people living in different caste and in different culture. Fourth one that we have decided, that is provisions for protecting minorities, weak and the backward class, right? The weaker sections of the society, right? Special provisions for them to provide equal opportunity for the weak people, right? જે એકદમ weaker section of the society માંથી આવતા હોય, જેમની પાસે કોઈ financial strength નથી, right? એવા લોકો માટે પણ special provisions બનેલા છે. તો આપણે એ પણ જોઈ ગયા. Next we saw that was SC and ST, that is scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. We have seen the differences, what is scheduled caste and what is scheduled tribe. કયા articles આવે? I hope you remember, મેં તમને underline કરાવ્યા હતા. Alright, so make a habit of writing in different book. Again I am repeating, જેટલા પોઈન્ટ્સ હું તમને અંડરલાઈન કરાવું એ તમે એક સ્પેશિયલ બુકમાં લખતા જાઓ. 1 માર્ક્સ અને 2 માર્ક્સમાં બહુ કામ લાગશે, right? So we have all seen scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. એના આર્ટિકલ્સ પણ એમાં સ્પેશિયલ આપેલા હતા. Next one that we have saw was constitutional provisions. So what were the constitutional provisions? તેમાં બે પાર્ટ્સ હતા. First one was general provision and second one was special provisions. General provisions બંનેને લાગુ પડતા હતા, right? અને સ્પેશિયલ પ્રોવિઝન્સમાં ખાલી જે એસસી અને એસટી માટે સ્પેસિફાઈ કરીને આ પર્ટિક્યુલર પ્રોવિઝન્સ જે આપેલા હતા એનું પણ આપણે કોન્સેપ્ટ જોઈ ગયા હતા. And the next that we saw for the last day was provisions for only scheduled caste. That was the last topic that we did in the previous video, right? Special provisions that we saw for scheduled caste. I hope you remember each and everything. This is all the things that we have discussed in the previous video. So let's move ahead, right? Page number 173. New topic, that is provisions for scheduled tribe. Today we'll try to finish 6 concepts if possible, right? In this video we'll try to finish 6 concepts. So page number 173, that is provisions only for scheduled tribe. હવે અહીંયા આપણે આગળના વિડિયોમાં જોઈ ગયા હતા, that is provisions only for scheduled caste, right? So scheduled caste માટે કયા special provisions આપેલા હતા? Which were the special provisions which were being only given to scheduled caste? Right? So right now we are going to see provisions which are only there for scheduled tribes, right? Scheduled caste એટલે weaker section, scheduled tribe એટલે hilly અને mountainous area માં અથવા forest area માં એવા લોકો જે રહેતા હોય એ scheduled tribe ની અંદર આવે, right? So એમના માટે કયા special provisions આપેલા છે ગવર્નમેન્ટે? Let's look into the textbook. The article 19.5, Article 19.5 underline કરતા જજો, right? Every article you have to underline. જ્યાં જ્યાં chapter ની અંદર article આવે you have to underline each and everything. The article 19.5 empowers the governors of the states to impose restrictions in the interest of scheduled caste over the right to unrestricted movement of the people to any region, to settle down there, to acquire property or to carry out any business or trade, right? Scheduled tribe ના લોકો માટે, right, સ્પેશિયલ ગવર્નમેન્ટે એક પ્રોવિઝન બહાર પાડેલું છે, રાઈટ, કે એમને કોઈ જગ્યાએ કઈ વસ્તુ ટ્રાવેલ કરવી હોય અથવા કોઈ બી જગ્યાએ ક્યાંય જવું હોય અથવા બિઝનેસ ડેવલપ કરવો હોય, કોઈ પ્રોપર્ટી બાય કરવી હોય, રાઈટ, અથવા કોઈ ટ્રેડ કરવું હોય, that means exchange of goods and services, where they want to open for example their own shop, no one can stop them, right? It's a provision under article 19.5, under article 19.5, right? Such rights gives the authority to restrict exploitation in the tribal regions about the lands, transactions, money lending and other exploitations of scheduled tribe, and the frame to special laws to protect them. They are not educated at all. જે લોકો જંગલમાં રહેતા હોય એમની પાસે ઝીરો એજ્યુકેશન, રાઈટ? Maybe 10 out of 10 people are uneducated. So they don't know what the education system is. They don't know any kind of paperwork. They don't know what the legal process is because they never come out of their own areas. But under Article 19(5) of the Constitution, those people have the right to carry out trade, business, to open a shop, or even right to buy or to acquire any property in the particular urban or rural area. This is a special provision which has been made only for scheduled tribes. Only for scheduled tribes, right? But there must be at least some person to guide them from the side of government, because they even don't know what Article 19(5) suggests. So if they really want to enter into the urban or in the rural area, if they want to buy anything, if they want to open their shop, or if they want to buy any property wherever they want, under this section, that is 19(5), they have the right, whatever they need they can do in the urban or the particular rural area, right? જે રાઇટ્સ આપણને મળેલા છે અર્બન સિટીમાં, રાઈટ, એવા જ રાઇટ્સ એ લોકોને પણ આપેલા છે to the people of scheduled tribe, to the people of scheduled tribe, right? So that is a special provision which has been made for scheduled tribes. Conclusion. Now let's move to the end. Now we all have completed this concept, right? Communalism જોઈ ગયા, casteism જોઈ ગયા, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and constitutional provisions for the weaker section of the society. We again saw special provisions for scheduled caste. We now saw special provisions for scheduled tribes. Now what is the conclusion? What is the main point? Let's look the end. Various schemes and programs have been started by the government for the development of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe and the backward classes. Programs, right? Previous chapter માં આપણે જોઈ ગયા હતા યોજનાસ. We have seen different યોજનાસ, right, which have been established by the government in the rural areas, right? Main motive શું હતો programs અને યોજનાસ ડેવલપ કરવાનો? કે ભાઈ ગરીબી નીકળે. પ્રોગ્રામ્સ એવા ડેવલપ કરો, રાઈટ, પ્રોજેક્ટ્સ એવા ડેવલપ કરો કે એમ્પ્લોયમેન્ટ ઓપોર્ચ્યુનિટી વધે, એટલે અનએમ્પ્લોયમેન્ટ ઓછું થાય, પોવર્ટી રિડ્યુસ થાય. તો જે શેડ્યુલ્ડ કાસ્ટ અને શેડ્યુલ્ડ ટ્રાઇબના પ્રોવિઝન્સ છે, જે સ્પેશિયલ આપણે પ્રોવિઝન્સ જોઈએ અને જનરલ જોઈએ, અને સ્પેશિયલી પ્રોવિઝન્સ ઓનલી ફોર શેડ્યુલ્ડ કાસ્ટ અને પ્રોવિઝન્સ ઓનલી ફોર શેડ્યુલ્ડ ટ્રાઇબ, વોટ ઇઝ ધ કન્ક્લુઝન? ટુ પ્રોવાઇડ ધ ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ ઓફ ધ પીપલ ઓર ટુ પ્રોટેક્ટ ધ ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ ઓફ ધ પીપલ. આ ટાઈપના જે લોકો છે જે ઓલરેડી વીક છે, અનએજ્યુકેટેડ છે, ફિનાન્શિયલી સ્ટ્રોંગ નથી, એ લોકોને બચાવવાના છે, એમની કાસ્ટને બચાવવાની છે, એમની ટ્રાઇબને બચાવવાની છે. That is the conclusion, right? I'm repeating the line again. Various schemes and programs have been started. Various programs have been started by the government for the development of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, right? આ લોકોને ડેવલપ કરવાના છે, right? And the backward class of the society. That is why their condition is improving. We can see now their condition is improving, right? Many people have got an opportunity to progress socially, economically and politically, right? Socially develop થાય છે, સમાજમાં એ લોકો આગળ આવતા જાય છે, right? Maybe in the terms of education, maybe government સારી પોસ્ટમાં હોય and all that things, right? એમનું સમાજનું પોતાના ફેમિલીનું નામ ઉપર કરે છે. Economically they are getting stronger and strong day by day because they are getting the benefits in every sectors. Plus political માં આપણે seats reserve જોઈ ગયા હતા, right? આટલી seats રાખવાની, reserves રાખવાની, રાજ્યસભામાં તો કોઈ limited નથી and all that things, right? So this is the particular program or a yojana or a project which is specially been made by the government only to bring up the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe people. This is the conclusion, right? Let's move to the new topic, that is terrorism. A new topic, right? આ આખો અહીંયા conclusion સુધી એક topic હતો, right? This was the one topic. ભલે અલગ અલગ એના sub points છે, but અહીંયાથી લઈને conclusion સુધી આખો એક topic હતો, because it goes stepwise. It goes stepwise. Communalism, પછી એનું struggle જોઈ ગયા, પછી નવો topic આવ્યો casteism, પછી પ્રોવિઝન્સ આપેલા આવ્યા. કાસ્ટિઝમમાં ખબર પડી ઘણા બધા કાસ્ટ છે, રાઈટ, ઘણા બધા એવા લોકો છે જે વીકર સેક્શન ઓફ ધ સોસાયટીમાં છે, તો એના માટે સ્પેશિયલ પ્રોવિઝન્સ બન્યું. પછી માઇનોરિટીઝ પાછું આપણે જોઈ ગયા, પછી માઇનોરિટીઝ ખબર પડી તો એમાંય પાછું શેડ્યુલ કાસ્ટ શેડ્યુલ ટ્રાઇબ આવ્યું, તો એના કોન્સ્ટિટ્યુશનલ પ્રોવિઝન્સ જોઈ ગયા, તો એમાં પાછા બે પાર્ટ્સ જોઈ ગયા, જનરલ અને સ્પેશિયલ પ્રોવિઝન્સ. એ કોન્સેપ્ટ પૂરો થયો. પછી સ્પેશિયલ particular provisions for scheduled caste and special provisions for scheduled tribe, right? And then last we saw the conclusion, right? This whole concept is under one topic. Special કોઈ heading નથી, but આ આખો એક concept થશે, right? હવે આપણે કંઈક નવું જ લર્ન કરવા જઈ રહ્યા છીએ, that is terrorism. That is terrorism, right? આમાં કોઈ કાસ્ટ ને એવું નહીં આવે, કે કોઈ ટ્રાઇબ ને એવું નહીં આવે, કે કોઈ પર્ટિક્યુલર કમ્યુનલિઝમ નહીં આવે. Terrorism નું કોઈ ડેફિનેશન હોતું નથી. It does not have any caste or religion, right? So it's one of the social problem that the whole world is facing. આપણે તો ઇન્ડિયાનું જ જોવાનું છે, but terrorism એક એવો ફેક્ટર છે કે આખું વર્લ્ડમાં આ પ્રોબ્લેમ છે. Not in one state or in one country, but in the whole world, terrorism is a big problem. So again, it's a social problem or a social challenge. You can say social challenge of India. Right? It's a challenge for us. How to, overcome or how to stop or how to defeat terrorism. We all know what terrorism is. આપણને બધાને ખબર છે આતંકવાદી કોણ હોય, કેવા હોય, શું કરે, what kind of terror they can do, right? Remember Mumbai 26/11, right? We all know કેટલાય movies પણ બની ગયા. 9/11, September 11, right? US માં પેલું પ્લેન ઉડાવી દીધું. This is terrorism, right? To create a fear in the minds of the people. Terrorism कौन करे? Who does all this things? हमारा जो मानस है, right? छताय लोगों बीवे छे. He is just a human, and they are above the laws. That's a challenge. And the worst part is that we are still not able to come out of this factor. Right? Because every day new terrorists might be or may be added just by giving n number of amount of the money, right? And they connect or they collect those people only who does not have money in their pocket. India માં તો લાખો મળી જાય ને, right? Because there are lakhs of poor people, lakhs of unemployed people who are ready to do anything if they get the good amount of money. This is a social problem. See, it's a chain, right? Poverty, unemployment. પછી આપણે એના રીઝન્સ જોઈ ગયા, એના કોઝિસ જોઈ ગયા, આવું થાય એટલે શું થાય. એક સ્ટુડન્ટે મને ડાઉટ પૂછ્યો હતો, કિડનેપિંગ એન્ડ ઓલ ધેટ થિંગ્સ, રાઈટ? બેડ એલિમેન્ટ્સ ઓફ ધ સોસાયટી, આ બધું ક્યાં જાય છે? ટેરરિઝમ બાજુ જ જાય છે, રાઈટ? આપણે જોઈ ગયા ને પોવર્ટી અને અનએમ્પ્લોયમેન્ટમાં. પછી જ્યારે માણસ એ લેવલે વયો જાય પછી શું હાલત થાય? એટલે એ બેડ એલિમેન્ટ્સ ઓફ ધ સોસાયટી અથવા બેડ એલિમેન્ટ્સ ફોર ધ નેશન, રાઈટ? જે ગંદી વસ્તુ છે, જે નેશનને તોડે છે, રાઈટ? ઇટ બ્રેક્સ ધ નેશન. એ બાજુએ માણસ ડાયવર્ટ થતો જાય, બીકોઝ ઇઝ ગેટિંગ ધ મની. He tried his everything, but he could not come out of poverty or unemployment, right? So he goes into that way. Now we'll look what terrorism is, right? See, that chapter is connected over here. It's a big cycle, right? The social science and the social studies join it. So it's a whole cycle where each and everything is related to the other point, directly or indirectly, right? This is what it is. You need to understand, then only you can think of the nation. Then only you can understand what are the things or what are the challenges or what are the issues or problems that are going at the national level, right? Let's look what terrorism is now. In the 21st century, terrorism has become a problem for human society, right? एक जगह नहीं, बड़ी जगह आज. It is a problem for human society. It's a global problem. See, मैं तुमने पहला आज कही नहीं, खाली इंडिया में नहीं, आखा वर्ल्ड में. It's a global problem. Terrorism leads to destructions of human rights, right? Human rights ने लोगों consider करता नहीं. Bloodshed, गम्मे क्या गम्मे लोगों ने मारी ना. Destruction, right? બધા concepts तुमने समझा से. Fear, chaos, भागा भागी थी जो, right? Violence, unrest, लोगों ने आराम नहीं मिलता because of the fear factor, etc. This is what terrorism is. Underline till etc. Right? Although terrorism has no connection with any religion or section. Sect means section, that is the part of the society. Yet, by linking terrorism with religion, terrorists are getting indulged in cowardice and hateful act. Right? છતાંય કેટલાક લોકો છે ને, right? એ terrorism માં caste જોડી દે. This XYZ caste has the maximum terrorism. Why? પછી શું થાય ખબર છે? વધારે નફરત ફેલાય. It will create a more hateful act. Even though we know or don't know, we should not say that this caste or this particular religion has the maximum terrorism. There are lakhs of people who are spreading like this, and it is creating a more hateful act. Right? How can you define a human, or how can you define a terrorism on the basis of caste? Right? Caste the terrorism nahi aave. The situation the terrorism are. And terrorism doesn't mean कि आतंकवादी. Terrorism means anything which is, hurting the human society. Maybe theft, maybe kidnapping, maybe extortion, black money, right? આ બધું terrorism જ છે. These are the parts of terrorism. Society માં ચોરીઓ થાય, kidnapping થતા જાય, right? All that kinds of things. That is also terrorism only. કોણ લાવે? આપણે જ લાવીએ, રાઈટ? કારણ કે આપણી પાસે એવા લોઝ નથી, અથવા છે તો એ ઇમ્પ્લિમેન્ટ નથી થતું. ઇન્ડિયાનું ડેવલપમેન્ટ નથી થતું, રાઈટ? પોવર્ટી એન્ડ અનએમ્પ્લોયમેન્ટ આખો ચેપ્ટર જોઈએ. These are the particular ways through which terrorism also increases. એક હોય ને બીજાને પણ લેતો જાય, તું બી જા. Right? And that is how the numbers are being increased. Because those people have the money. They'll throw the money, and those people will do as per the particular owner who is throwing the money on front of them. Right? They are not getting the opportunity. હમણાં જો એ વ્યક્તિ કામ કરતો હોય ને, તેના મગજમાં વિચારે ના આવે. Right? If he is earning good, at least he can spend his month earnings, right? મહિનો નીકળે એટલું જે કમાતો હોય ને every month, he'll never have an idea, or he will never divert his mind towards that particular part. Automatically terrorism stop થઈ જાય. But the thing is, there are lakhs of people, right, who are diverting on that parts because of unemployment, poverty, that leads to terrorism, right? And પાછા એવા સેક્શન હોય સોસાયટીની અંદર એ કાસ્ટ આપી દે, આ લોકો જ છે. Who are we to decide? Right? It's a particular thought that we need to think and વિચારવા જેવી વસ્તુ. Right? Because terrorism does not have any religion or any caste. It is just the situation of that person which has led or which has made his way into that direction. કસાબની હાલત જોઈ હતી ને, પેલું મૂવી જોયું હતું 26/11. છેલ્લે માફી માંગતો હતો, વોટ આઈ ડીડ ધેટ વોઝ કમ્પ્લીટલી રોંગ. માઇન્ડ ડાયવર્ટ કરી નાખ્યું. These are not my words, this is what the movie has been shown, right? મૂવીમાં ચોખ્ખું બતાવે આટલા પૈસા આપવાના and all that things. At last he was crying, not because he was arrested and he was going to die. He regretted what he did. That is why he was crying. But the time was gone. Many things in this world which leads to terrorism ends on that point, and that's the end of life. Right? That is what terrorism is. Right? We need to think as an educated person. We need to do something for the development of the nation, so that this terrorism concept will be banished automatically. Automatically jatu રહેશે. Right? Let's move ahead. Terrorism is a hindrance in the progress of nation, right? Nation develop થતું હોય ને તો એક બહુ hindrance જેવું છે terrorism. Terrorism is related to violence, which openly violates the principles of live and let live. જીવો અને જીવવાનું એ પ્રિન્સિપલને ગાયબ કરી નાખે terrorism, right? કારણ કે પોતાના rules and regulations, whenever they think they'll kill the person, whenever they think they'll kidnap the person, whenever they think they disturb or harass the person or the family or the society. Right? That is what terrorism is. The objective behind any activity may be good or pious, but terrorism cannot be considered as worthy. Right? Terrorism is not a worthy act. You are not allowing the other person or the other section of the society where humans can live peacefully. પોતે તો નથી જીવતા શાંતિથી, બીજાને નથી જીવવા દેતા. That is also in terrorism. Right? Some political games which are being played in every part of the society, culture or caste or at the national level, which the political leaders also play. Right? Votes માંગવા માટે political games રમાતી હોય. Right? Mind divert કરવામાં આવે. That is also known as terrorism. You are diverting the mind of the people. That is also a terrorism. પછી એ લોકોને તમે ગમે તે કોઈ કરી નાખો. That destructs the nation. That is a hindrance for the nation. Right? Terrorism ની ઘણી બધી અલગ-અલગ terms છે. The only way we can stop all these things is just getting the proper education and getting a good place to work. Right? જ્યારે ઇન્ડિયામાં એમ્પ્લોયમેન્ટ ઓપોર્ચ્યુનિટીઝ વધવા માંડશે ને, એટલે અનએમ્પ્લોયમેન્ટ ઘટી જશે અને પોવર્ટી રિડ્યુસ થઈ જશે. Automatically this act will be reduced. માણસ આવું ક્યારે કરે? When he or she does not have the money in their pockets. Right? They do not have any kind of opportunity to develop themselves, their caste or even their family. This kind of people leads towards that particular way, which is the end of life. So as a nation, if we want to grow economically, right, terrorism should be stopped, and it can only be stopped by giving proper education and proper employment opportunities. Right? Because it does not have any caste or religion. Terrorism ની કોઈ caste અને religion હોતું નથી. Right? અને જે લોકો આવા મેસેજ સ્પ્રેડ કરે that it has its own caste, right, that brings more hatredness in the minds of the people of that caste. પછી એ વધતું જ જશે. Right? છેલ્લે નુકસાન તો દેશને જ છે, નેશન જ પર્ટિક્યુલર હિન્ડ્રન્સ તરીકે એને નડે છે. Right? So these are the ways that we need to think, being an educated person. Right? Because it is not a national problem, it is a global problem. That is what is known as terrorism. Right? Terrorism is an organized, planned and deliberate violent act. Right? Terrorist હોય ને એ બધું પ્લાનિંગ કરીને એક્ટ કરે. કોઈ એમને આડેધડ કોઈ એમના પ્લાનિંગ વગર કોઈ એક્ટ થતા નથી. Terrorists are engaged in violent activities like suicide attacks, throwing bombs, hiding weapons and using them, kidnapping. जो जे मैं points દીધા હતા ને એ છે. Kidnapping, hijacking of plane, suicide attacks, smuggling of narcotic drugs and etc. All these things belongs to terrorism. Underline the last paragraph. Right? Terrorism ની અંદર કઈ કઈ વસ્તુ આવે? Right? Suicide attack, bombings, throwing bombs, hiding the weapons, kidnapping, hijacking. All these things are a part of terrorism. Are a part of terrorism. Underline the last paragraph. Right? Okay. Now new concept. I hope the concept of terrorism is clear. Right? Next, rebellion and terrorism in India. The link between terrorism and rebellion is very thin. Now, what is a rebellion? Rebellion એટલે શું? Right? બાગી મૂવી જોયું ને, એમાં લખેલું આવે a rebellion. Do you know what is the term of a rebellion? A rebel in love. Right? Do you know what rebel is? Rebel means resistance to control. Rebel means, or rebellion means a resistance to control. Right? હવે કદાચ તમને ટર્મ ખબર પડી હશે. What is rebel? એક એવી વસ્તુ કે કોઈ એક એવી એક્ટિવિટી જેમાં તમે કંટ્રોલ ઇઝીલી લાવી શકતા નથી. Right? You cannot control that person, you cannot control that caste, or you cannot control that society. That is a rebellion. ત્યાં ચોખ્ખું લખેલું છે. The line between terrorism and rebellion is very thin. Right? Terrorist ઉપર આપણે easily control લાવી શકીએ? Terrorism activity ઉપર નથી લાવી શકતા. તો rebellion છે ને એ બી એવું છે, terrorism નથી but એના જેવું જ છે. A particular activity which cannot be controlled or which cannot be stopped easily, that is known as a rebellion. right? I hope you have understood the meaning between rebellion and terrorism. It's a small thin line, right? કેવાય ટેરરિઝમ જ તે, પણ ટેરરિઝમ તમે કહી ન શકો ઓફિશિયલી. તો એવા લોકો અથવા એવી એક્ટિવિટી જે થાય છે વર્લ્ડમાં ગ્લોબલ લેવલે કે સોસાયટીની અંદર એને રિબેલિયન કહેવાય, રાઈટ? An activity or a thing which you cannot stop, right? મૂવીમાં પણ એવો જ મેસેજ છે ને, રાઈટ? તમે મૂવી જોજો, right? Tiger Shroff is unstoppable. He goes anywhere to do anything. Whatever he thinks he does. That is what a rebel is. A mindset એવું થઈ ગયું એ વ્યક્તિનું કે એ જે ધારે ને એ જ કરે. Then he doesn't think about the laws, or then he doesn't think about the nation. He'll do whatever he feels he is good, or that thing is good or bad. That is what is known as a rebel, right? But those people are not officially terrorists. એ લોકોને officially terrorist કહી શકાતું નથી, right? Now let's look into the textbook. What is the difference between a rebellion and a terrorism, right? આ બંને વચ્ચે ડિફરન્સ શું છે, right? Small line છે, thin line, but છતાંય differences છે. Let's look what are the differences. Rebellion. Rebellion is a national problem. ઇન્ડિયામાં ઘણા બધા આવા લોકો, કાસ્ટ, કમ્યુનિટી, કલ્ચર છે. So it's a national problem. But their thinking way અલગ છે, right? Terrorism, it's a global problem. Rebellion, it is spread on regional level against own government, right? Regional level, national level હોય, regional level હોય, state level હોય, એમાંય સામે સામે ઓપોઝ કરતા. આપણામાં તમે જો કેટલા ડિફરન્સીસ હોય છે, રાઈટ? એક કંઈક કે એટલે બીજું એના ઓપોઝિટ કરે, આમ નહીં આમ. This is the correct way, not this way. So when you are opposing, you are becoming a rebellion. You are becoming a rebel. મારે આમ નહીં આમ જ કરવું. Your parents say something to you. ઘણીવાર તમારા મમ્મી પપ્પા તમને કહે તો તમે એવું નહીં જ કરો. You will do whatever you feel is correct. So you are becoming a rebel. તો જો ઘરમાં જ આવું રિબેલ સિચ્યુએશન થતી હોય તો think at the particular district level or city level or state level or national level. કેટલા ડિફરન્સીસ છે, કેટલી કાસ્ટ છે, કેટલા કલ્ચર છે, કેટલી અલગ અલગ લેંગ્વેજીસ છે. કેન યુ મેક ધેમ ઓલ ટુગેધર? બધાને એક સરખા કરી શકો? બધાનું એક થોટ ઓફ વે, થિંકિંગ પ્રોસેસ which develops the nation actually. Can or is this thing possible? Not possible. Because there is always an opposition. Right? Aam nahi, aam. This is not the way, this is the way. Right? This is what is known as a rebellion. Now let's look then what is terrorism. It's either against own country or against other country. It spreads at the international level. Terrorism ગમે ત્યાં હોઈ શકે. પોતાની કન્ટ્રીમાં ટેરરિઝમ થાય, રાઈટ? આપણા લોકોને મારી નાખે, હાઈજેક કરી નાખે, અથવા બીજી કન્ટ્રીમાં બી થાય. એટ ધી નેશનલ ઓર એટ ધી ઇન્ટરનેશનલ લેવલ રિબેલિયન ઇન્ટરનેશનલ લેવલે નથી જતું. That stays within the nation. Differences between a person which leads to a rebel situation. અને પછી ટગ ઓફ વોર થાય, હું કહું ને એ સાચું, પેલો બી ખેંચે, હું કહું એ સાચું. That is a rebellion. But terrorism is at the international level, right? ગમે ત્યાં terrorism થઈ શકે. Now what is rebellion? Point number 3. It is carried out with the help of local people. આપણા local માણસો હોય ને એ જ એકબીજાને ચડાવતા હોય અને પછી ખેંચાખેંચી થાય, right? So it's being played at the local level. Then what is terrorism? They may or may not get the local support, right? Local support કદાચ ના મળે પણ કોઈ બીજા સોર્સ ઓફ વે થી ફંડ્સ આવતા હોય, રાઈટ? અને એ ફંડ્સ પુઅર પીપલને આપવામાં આવતા હોય, એમનું માઇન્ડ ડાયવર્ટ કરવામાં આવતું હોય, and they follow the way of terrorism. Next, development of state is suffering from problem of rebellion is hindered, right? State એટલે ડેવલપ નથી થતા. You see in India there are 28 states. હરેક સ્ટેટ્સ ઇકોનોમિકલી અલગ અલગ છે. You go to UP and Bihar and you come to Gujarat and Maharashtra, you will find the difference. Gujarat and Maharashtra are much more economically stronger compared to UP and Bihar. Right? This is the difference that I am sharing with you because of rebellion situation. અંદરો અંદર લોકોને બનતું નથી, એટલે એ વસ્તુ સ્ટેટને અસર કરે. સ્ટેટમાં અલગ અલગ પોલિટિકલ પાર્ટીઝ, રાઈટ? હવે અલગ અલગ પોલિટિકલ પાર્ટીઝ હોય એટલે અંદર અંદર રિબેલિયન થતું હોય, પાછું સેન્ટ્રલ લેવલે પાર્ટી અલગ છે આપણી. So there is always a difference between people thinking in the way of political point also. So this is again in rebellion. This does not allow the states to develop. Right? ઘણી વાર તમે જુઓ દિલ્હીની અંદર અરવિંદ કેજરીવાલની સરકાર છે, રાઈટ? અરવિંદ કેજરીવાલ ઇઝ ધ સીએમ ઓફ દિલ્હી. ત્યાં ઘણીવાર કોઈ ગ્રાન્ટ્સ નથી મળતી, કોઈ સેન્ટ્રલ ગવર્મેન્ટમાંથી હેલ્પ નથી મળતી, રાઈટ? That is what he says. I don't know whether it is correct or not, but it's a rebellion. Because the political party is different at that place, so they are not getting the benefits, right? એવા અલગ-અલગ સ્ટેટ્સમાં અલગ-અલગ પોલિટિકલ પાર્ટીઝ છે. So the way of thinking, the way of doing the work, plus caste culture, એ તો બધું અલગ જ, right? અલગ સ્ટેટમાં અલગ caste અને અલગ culture. The way of doing the work. So you can imagine the amount of rebellion going at the national level, right? આ અંદર-અંદરના વ્યક્તિ કરે. That is what rebellion is. અને ટેરરિઝમ કોઈ બી જગ્યાએ થઈ શકે, at the national or at the global level, right? And let's look to the last point, what terrorism is. Development of countries suffering from terrorism is hindered, right? Development of countries, જે ડેવલપ થતી હોય ને country, right? Suffering from terrorism is hindered. એ country અથવા એ particular nation ક્યારેય પણ ડેવલપ થઈ શકે નહીં, right? જે કન્ટ્રીની અંદર મેક્સિમમ ટેરરિઝમ છુપાયેલું છે અથવા જ્યાં એને મોટિવેટ કરવામાં આવે છે, રાઈટ, that particular nation or place can never be developed. કારણ કે એક પોઈન્ટ ઓફ ટાઈમ એવું આવે કે ત્યાં ને ત્યાં અંદર ટેરરિઝમ ફેલાઈ જાય, રાઈટ? Then how can we expect that country to develop? This is the difference between a rebellion and a terrorism. એક સિમ્પલ વેથી તમને યાદ રહે એ સમજાવું. રિબેલિયન ઇન્ટરનલ લેવલે હોય, અંદરો અંદર, અને ટેરરિઝમ ગ્લોબલ લેવલે. આટલું યાદ રાખજો, રાઈટ? સો યુ વિલ અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ ધ ડિફરન્સ બિટવીન રિબેલિયન એન્ડ terrorism. Let's move ahead. Thus, we see rebellion originates from local dissatisfaction and there is no such restrictions on terrorism. Today, India is fighting against internal rebellion. See, जो मैं जो point की तो नहीं है. Today, India is fighting against internal rebellion. Right? Major point is internal level. Today India is fighting against internal rebellion and terrorism. Right? It happens at the internal level. Differences ક્યાંથી આવે માણસ? Caste, culture, the way of their process, the way of their thinking. You bring a South Indian people into Gujarat, the way that he thinks and the way that we think is obviously going to be different. Right? Caste अलग છે, culture अलग છે, language अलग છે, right? So the way of working is also different. So that is what is known as a rebellion. That is what is known as a rebellion, right? It is at the internal level, right? So I hope you have understood the concept of terrorism and the difference between rebellion and terrorism. Moving ahead, Naxalist movement. What is a Naxalist movement then? Naxalist લોકો, નક્સલવાદી જે કહેવાય ને, right? Those kind of people. Now, which people ક્યાં રહે છે આ લોકો? What is Naxalite? Right? How did it started? Where did it started? Movement ક્યાંથી ચાલુ થઈ? કોન્સેપ્ટનું નામ શું છે? Naxalist movement. Where did it start? Let's look into the textbook. Inspired by the Chinese Revolution under the leadership of Mao Tse-tung, some Naxalites started their insurgency in India. Insurgency, increasing or an act of rising, right? Chinese Revolution ની અંદર આ act start થયેલી, આ movement start થયેલી. Naxalist movement નહીં, but પોતાની movement at their country, right? એ જોઈને ઇન્ડિયામાં Naxalist movement start થઈ. Now what is this Naxalist movement? We will look into the textbook, right? Some Naxalites started their insurgency in India for the first time in the year 1967 in West Bengal. Underline that statement. The Naxalist movement started for the first time in the year 1967 in West Bengal. This fierce ideology is called Naxalism. Fierce ideology. પોતાની જ જે કાસ્ટ અથવા કલ્ચર હોય એ અલગ થઈને પોતે ડેવલપ થવાનું, રાઈટ. ધીસ ઇઝ નોન એઝ એ નક્સલિસ્ટ મૂવમેન્ટ. કોઈ એક વ્યક્તિ અલગ પડે બધાય કરતા, રાઈટ, અને એમાં જે વ્યક્તિ બીજા જોઈન થતા જાય, રાઈટ, and they have their own rules and regulations. They are not concerned with any act of government. They live their life accordingly, right? Those people are known as Naxalist movements, right? પોતાની જ વેથી પોતાને અને પોતાના લોકોને ડેવલપ કરે. They are not concerned at all with the government, right? So it can be dangerous for our nation. It all started in the year 1967 in West Bengal. This fierce ideology is called Naxalism because it originated in a village called Naxalbari. એક ગામડામાં આ સ્ટાર્ટ થયું અને ગામડાનું નામ શું હતું? નક્સલબારી. In West Bengal. Underline that sentence also. With its beginning in West Bengal, it has spread now in Odisha, Jharkhand, Bihar, Andhra Pradesh, Tripura, Madhya Pradesh. Which areas? Mountainous and forest region. And there are two major organizations: People's War Group and Maoist Communist Center. એમાંય પાછા બે ગ્રુપ છે. That is People's War Group and the second is Maoist Communist Center, right? And this particular caste or the movement, that is the Naxalist people, right? એમની આખું અલગ જ હોય, એમના આખા rules and regulations, set of rules and regulations આખા અલગ જ હોય, right? They started from West Bengal, from Naxalbari village, and it developed everywhere in the mountainous and the forest region, right? આવા લોકો mountain અને forest ગ્રુપમાં વધારે પ્રિફર કરે તેમાં. These people are not called scheduled tribes. આ scheduled tribes ની અંદર નથી આવતા, ગવર્મેન્ટે મૂક્યા છે, right? The people who are living in the mountainous and the particular hilly areas or the forests, these people are under scheduled tribes. But આવા લોકોએ પોતાનું આખું અલગ જ ડેવલપ કરેલું છે, right? They are not, their forefathers didn't live in forest or mountainous areas. They were in the urban or in the rural place, right? A group of people from a village called Naxalbari in West Bengal started this concept and went into the forest and the mountainous areas, right? West Bengal they started. That's a place of a city. ત્યાંથી એક ગામડામાંથી આ કોન્સેપ્ટ સ્ટાર્ટ થયો, right? Group of people joined together and shifted towards the mountainous or the forest areas, right? ના forefathers ત્યાં નહોતા રહેતા, વેસ્ટ બેંગાલથી બધું ટ્રાન્સફર થઈને જતા, right? In the mountainous or in the hilly areas. That is why these people are known as Naxalists. That is why these people are known as Naxalists. અને પાછું કેટલું ડેવલપમેન્ટ થયું? That is Odisha, Jharkhand, Bihar, Andhra Pradesh, Tripura, Madhya Pradesh, everywhere these things or concepts have been developed, right? એમાંય પાછા બે ગ્રુપ છે, ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન છે, that is People's War Group and Maoist Communist Center, right? Two groups, right? This is, or this kind of people living in forest or mountainous areas are known as the Naxalists, are known as the Naxalists, right? Let's move towards the last topic, that is insurgent in northeast. Insurgents, northeast, north of India, upper, right? And east, like Delhi, Assam, all that places, right? A baju jab jata jaw northeast out there, right? Insurgents, that is increasing or an act of rising, right? That is known as insurgents in North India. કેવી રીતે development થયું? This is the last topic for today and then we'll stop, okay? Let's focus on the textbook. Since independence, the insurgency in northeastern India has been a potential problem, or has been a perennial problem for India. Some factors which stimulate insurgency, that is an increasing act, or their population is increasing, that is an insurgency, are many tribal communities, right? Hilly, forested landscape, mutual cooperation amongst militant groups, international boundaries at few places are indulgence of foreign agencies, etc. right? This rebellion organization have been struggling for the demand of separate states to secure their own political, economical interest on the question of illegal immigration. So because of it, economical, social, administrative and political systems are being damaged. These people want their own laws. They want their own state. They want their own people to rule over there. એવું ગવર્મેન્ટને રિક્વેસ્ટ કરે છે અમારી જેટલી વસ્તી ગણતરી છે the total population that we have, we want our own different state, we want our own set of rules and regulations, right? And it all started in north of India, this Naxalist movements, right? ફરીથી વાંચું છું, ખાસ ધ્યાન આપજો. Second line, some factors which stimulate insurgencies in many tribal communities, that is hilly and forest landscape, mutual cooperation, અંદર ભેગા થઈ જાય બધા, right? Among groups, international boundaries at few place, and indulgence of foreign agencies, etc. આ બધા પાછા ઇન્વોલ્વ એકબીજા જોડે ડાયરેક્ટલી ઓર ઇનડાયરેક્ટલી, રાઈટ? કારણ કે છેવટે છે તો માણસ, એટલે ગમે ત્યારે અલગ અલગ જગ્યાએથી આ બધા ભેગા થાય છે. Now what do they want? That is in the last paragraph. This rebellion organization, એટલે આ ટાઈપના જે લોકો છે જે હિલી અને માઉન્ટેનિયસ એરિયાઝમાં રહે છે, have been struggling for the demand of separate state, અમને અલગ સ્ટેટ આપો, to secure their own, પોતાનું સિક્યોરિટી માટે, for their own political, economical interest or the question of illegal migration, right? પોતાનું સ્ટેટ હોય એટલે પોતાના સેટ ઓફ રૂલ્સ એન્ડ રેગ્યુલેશન્સ, પછી ગમે ત્યારે ગમે એને ઈચ્છે એને બોલાવી શકે, લઈ જઈ શકે, એટલે ગવર્મેન્ટ પરમિશન આપતી નથી, right? And because of this, last line, so because of it, economic, social and administrative or even the political system are being damaged, or even the political systems are being damaged, right? This is what insurgents in northeast is. આ રીતે આ કાસ્ટ અથવા કમ્યુનિટી, right, ડેવલપ થતી ગઈ. Now they are demanding their own state. Now they are demanding their own set of regulations. But government cannot allow them. જો ગવર્મેન્ટ પરમિશન આપી દે તો કોઈ બી કન્ટ્રીના વર્લ્ડમાંથી કોઈ બી લોકો એ સ્ટેટમાં એન્ટર થઈ શકે. એટલે ગવર્મેન્ટ પરમિશન આપતી નથી ફોર ધ નક્સલિસ્ટ પીપલ, રાઈટ? પછી એ લોકો શું કરે છે? સ્ટેટને ઇકોનોમિકલી અને સોશિયલી તોડે છે, રાઈટ? There are some huge social problems that are there in India. And it is a very difficult situation to come out of each and every problem. There are problems, right? This all are the problems. આપણે જેટલા કોન્સેપ્ટ જોઈ ગયા, ટેરરિઝમ જોઈ ગયા, નક્સલિસ્ટ જોઈ ગયા, પોવર્ટી જોઈ ગયા, અનએમ્પ્લોયમેન્ટ જોઈ ગયા, પોપ્યુલેશન રાઇઝ જોઈ ગયા, each and everything is a challenge or a problem for our own nation, right? હવે તમને સમજાતું હશે why India is not developed. Because of these problems we are not able to come out. અને પાછું કરપ્શન તો અલગ જ, right? That's again a very big concept, right? At the end, what is the conclusion? છેલ્લે શું છે? માણસ laws, ethics, rules and regulations follow કરતું નથી. If we start following the constitutional laws, right, હરેક સ્ટેટમાં જો law પ્રમાણે માણસ કામ કરવા માંડે, ઓટોમેટિકલી બધી વસ્તુ એની રીતે સેટ થઈ જશે, right? But people are not ready to accept all these things. So it's a social problem and challenge for our own nation. We are stopping the video over here, right? Pause.